Hello guys, what is going on? I'm Nozda and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a video on Avengers Infinity War. If you're new to my channel, I have done some reviews, a non-spoiler, a spoiler review, and also a post-credit scene explanation. And I'm going to be doing videos every other day or every day for a few, probably over a week, because I've got a lot of videos about this movie, and there's too many ideas just to put in one video. But today, like I said, we're going to be talking about Thanos and the fact that the end of the movie wasn't a cliffhanger. This is only going to be a video because a lot of people on Twitter and Reddit have talked about the fact that the movie ends with a cliffhanger, and it's kind of annoying because it's like, oh, there's going to be two parts, obviously, but a lot of people thought that it was going to be the ending of a movie because the movies aren't going to actually be called Part 1 and Part 2 because the Russo brothers, as well as Kevin Feige, said that they're so different movies that we just need to call them different titles. And people took that and thought that, oh, it's going to be two completely separate stories, which isn't the case. But at the same time, it's not a cliffhanger anyway. If we take the role of Thanos as being the protagonist of the movie instead of the antagonist, then he's achieved his goal. He's done everything. It's like saying that when Loki went back to Asgard at the end of Avengers Assemble, that was a cliffhanger. Because it's like, oh, what's Loki going to do next? It's not. Because that was done from the perspective of the Avengers, where they did their job and they protected Earth. For Thanos, he did his job. He did what he set out to do. He completed his task, and at the end of the movie, he said, when I'm done, I'm going to rest and watch the sunrise in a grateful universe. He did exactly that. It zoomed on in his face. He was pleased. He was also ridden with guilt and like a tremendous loss, and then it ended. That was it. Now, even though there's going to be more stuff, there's going to be probably him protecting the gauntlet, maybe protecting the stones to stop the Avengers from resetting everything. It's not a cliffhanger because his arc, the story, the plot was finished. The goal was achieved, so there's nothing else on that particular plot line. Just to give a little bit more of an explanation of what could come next, to just clarify that it's not really a cliffhanger, is that if you haven't, I highly recommend it. I'll actually go get it now. I highly recommend you reading the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. Obviously, it looks really, really cool there. This storyline takes place after he's already assembled the gauntlet, which is why a lot of people are thinking the next movie is going to be called Infinity Gauntlet. Because also a lot of people thought that because it's going to be a spoiler, the title, they thought it's going to be an obvious spoiler, like Avengers Disassembled and stuff like that. But other people think, including myself, that it's going to be a spoiler for people that are familiar with the comics and familiar with titles of storylines. So naming the movie the same title as a storyline would mean that it would be a spoiler because then everyone would know that Thanos got all the stones. And so I'm almost 100% convinced that the movie is going to be called Infinity Gauntlet. But yeah, the next movie will lead on to this storyline, and it's just like any two-parter. Well, not really any two-parter. Literally, almost every two-parter I've seen has got a cliffhanger. But just imagine it as like one big movie where the end of Infinity War is just the next step in the story. It's not like, oh, what's going to happen next, because we know what's going to happen next. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a few videos on what the movie could be in terms of like tone and stuff like that, because I don't think it's going to be completely different just because we've got less Avengers or just because the goal is different. I think it's going to be completely different in tone, and I also think the actual objective, and not only the objective but the perspective as well, of the Avengers is going to change. I think it's going to be entirely on Avengers, and Thanos is going to become the antagonist. And I think that'll be a really cool shift, because then we'll get some character development from the Avengers side, because that was the thing that was lacking in Infinity War, because, like I said, it wasn't from their perspective, so there was no real point in it. The only sort of arc that there was, well, not arc, there was only some character development in Thor, because in the scene where he first met the Guardians and he was sitting there. No, it was when he was talking to Rocket, sorry. He was with the Guardians, and it was when he first met the Guardians, but it was a conversation between Rocket and Thor, where Rocket was like, "You up to this?" And Thanos was like smile crying because of how much he wasn't up to this. But they had to do it. But I'm excited to see some more stuff about that. Some more smile crying, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of that going around. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Like I said, I've got plenty of videos to come out. On my notepad right now, I've got like 7 videos, and I'm going to be sort of spacing them out. Maybe there'll be one every other day in a few days. But tomorrow, though, will definitely be another theory video. So make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully enjoyed. And I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.